Hello and welcome to Saki Tech. So in today's video, I will do a gaming and graphics comparison between the newest iPad mini with Retina display versus the new Nexus 7 2013 edition. Now just to give you a quick summary, the iPad mini with the Retina display has a dual-core 64-bit A7 processor clocked at 1.3 GHz and 1 GB of DDR3 RAM. The new Nexus 7 has a quad-core Snapdragon S4 Pro processor clocked at 1.5 GHz with 2 GB of DDR3 RAM. And since we are going to do a gaming and graphics comparison, you should know that the Mini has a PowerVR G6430 GPU and the Nexus has an Adreno 320 GPU. And GPU stands for the graphics processor found in these tablets. The benchmarking tool we will be using to measure the graphics and gaming performance is called GFX Bench benchmarking tool, which will push these devices to their absolute limit. We will use the latest version, which as of this video is 2.7.0. So that's GFX Bench 2.7.0. Alright, so I will be running 6 high-level supported tests on each of these flagship tablets. But I will only show you 2 of these tests because it will be quite lengthy to show you all 6. Basically, all tests are variations of 2 main tests, which is the T-Rex HD test, where a girl on a bike is being chased by a huge T-Rex, and the other is Egypt HD, where an Egyptian warrior is fighting with various enemies. So let's dive right in. Okay, so let's get this rolling. Let's make sure nothing is running in the background, so let's kill all the apps in the background. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and launch GFX Bench. Okay, it's right there. Let's do the same on the iPad. Click OK. Agree. Performance tests. And like I said, I'm going to be running the 2 tests, which is going to be the T-Rex test and the Egyptian test on both of these devices. And I'm going to be running the on-screen tests, which is going to show you the actual performance on the actual screen of both of these devices. So let's start the process here and here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to rearrange these tablets so you can see them better. There we go. And let's just watch the whole show. And what you're looking at right now is the T-Rex HD test, and this is an on-screen test. So these tests are running on the native resolutions of the native displays. Okay, the off-screen tests are there to test how the games would run if you connected an external display to your devices. You will get a better idea of what on-screen and off-screen means when we look at the final results. So let's watch the show for now. Okay, so the final results are complete. So on the left we have the iPad mini, and on the right we have the Nexus 7, as you can see. And let's go from top to bottom. The first two tests on the iPad mini, you have 27 and 21 FPS, and on the Nexus you have 16 and 15. Okay, so the iPad is better. Now, the third test is not supported on either device, so we're going to skip to the fourth test and the fifth test. So the fourth and the fifth, you got 25 and 20 on the iPad mini, and you got 15 and 15 on the Nexus 7. And then the final test, you have 63 and 49 on the iPad, and you have 40 and 40 on the Nexus 7. So as you can see from these results, the iPad Air is quite better than the Nexus 7 when it comes to processing graphics. Now this is no wonder. Remember, the iPad mini is running the same chip that is powering the iPad Air, which is the A7 chip, and then you got the Power VR graphics. And one final observation. So basically, if you look at the Nexus 7, if you look at the off-screen and on-screen tests of the same type, you see that the results are the same. So look at the bottom two. Egypt HD, off-screen, on-screen, both yield 40 frames per second. The reason this is happening is because the off-screen tests are run at 1080p. Okay? The on-screen test on the Nexus 7 natively runs on 1080p because the Nexus 7 has a 1080p screen. So just don't get confused over there. With the iPad, on-screen yields lower results than off-screen numbers because the on-screen resolution is higher and the off-screen resolution is at 1080p. And as you know, the higher the resolution, the lower the frame rates per second are going to be. Alright, so that brings us to the end of this video. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel for more videos to come. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this video, and also you can go ahead and connect with me socially on Google+, Facebook, and Twitter, for which all the links are in the description below. Thank you again, and I'll see you the next time. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, just throw them down in the comments section below.